What's good, everyone? It's Will doing my Battlefield 6 open beta impressions, thoughts, takes, reactions, etc., 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 whatever you want to call it. A little bit of a change of direction here. Not necessarily change of direction. I'm still going to be doing my predictions, but I absolutely loved the time that I had with this beta. I'm excited to purchase this game when it comes out because I will be purchasing it and I will be playing a shit ton of it. I will say that my introduction to the Battlefield franchise was Bad Company 2. Loved that game back in the day, the 360 PS3 era, console generation 7 era of video gaming. My personal favorite of the franchise, though, is 3. I played a little bit of 4, but that was when I was I had rented Battlefield 4 from a Redbox for a couple days. That's how old I am. I rented from a Redbox when those still existed. So, and I thought it was great. I enjoyed my 3 days of playing it. It wasn't that long. But yeah, let's get into this game because I feel this to be honest, in my opinion, even though 3 was my personal favorite, I think this game is going to change a lot of that. So let's start off with the good to great. Gameplay solid, feels like a great combination of the best aspects of 3 and 4, to be honest. You can tell with the disaster of Battlefield 2042, how that released, that was a disaster. You can tell a lot of care and attention to detail went into development for this one, from sound, visual, core mechanics, even level design. When it works, I'll get into that later. Close quarters game modes is a huge, 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 huge win. I cannot say enough how big of a win that is for this franchise. That was the game mode that I ended up playing the most. Right now, we're watching. This is my gameplay of just playing, the normal mode. I believe this is Conquest, if I'm correct. I'm not exactly sure, but close quarters game modes is a huge win. That game mode feels like old school Call of Duty back in like 2007, the first Modern Warfare 2 era of Call of Duty. That's what it feels like. But with Battlefield's little flair to it, with the class setups and the environmental damage. It peak cinema, man. I'll get into that later in the video as well. But yeah, let's go over kind of the bad, not necessarily ugly, just things that need to be worked on. For me, in my opinion, this is just my opinion. I don't know if anyone feels the same. I think the menu is very uninspiring. It's very much like that Hulu scrolling horizontal sort of design. I hate that. Me personally, I just never liked that design. It's just very annoying having to scroll all the way just to for the game mode that I want, or even just to invite friends over, or and again, that's just my personal thing. It could be my old brain not working as it used to, whatever. But that's just my first personal thing that I'd like to just start off with. I'm not a fan of the menu. Back to level design, like I said before, when it works, it's amazing. When it doesn't, it is horrible. I can see that turning off a lot of first time players, people who may have not experienced the open beta, but may purchase the game to check it out, and give it a shot. And I'll go into detail here. I'll give an example. My enemy that I'm shooting at might be above like certain textures, like rocks or something, or like a branch or something. But because the branch or that texture is right there, I'm shooting at my enemy, but it's not registering because the hits are registering at that actual debris or texture. It's hitting the rocks or branch. So that is definitely, because I can see that frustrating a lot of first time players. So that definitely needs some serious tuning. Speaking of hit detection is inconsistent as fuck. I swear to God, sometimes I would shoot an entire magazine at someone, no damage. They turn around, hit me once, and I'm dead. That's gonna infuriate. I'm telling you, that's gonna infuriate some people who don't really have a whole lot of experience with Battlefield. So hopefully that is something that they attack head on, further into development before they release the full game. You know, and even especially with sniping, like I'm sure you've seen it with my gameplay here earlier. You know, I'm shooting at literally someone, and it'll just show that I miss. My crosshairs will be up someone's nostrils, and nothing. But then they'll turn around and just snipe me in the head, and I'm dead. I'm telling you, that's gonna piss off a lot of first time players. So that needs to be developed further for sure. Um, let's get into the amazing stuff. I mean, this game is just peak cinema moments, man. This game is so good. There's more good and amazing than there is bad. I will say. Game really does bring back those 2007 console generation 7 vibes. Like I mentioned earlier, you know, the 360 PS3 vibes. I don't know what it is aesthetically. I don't know if they did this on purpose, but it just feels like that. It just has that vibe to it. Class system needs some tiny tweaking, but honestly, if they don't tweak it, it's perfect the way it is. I will say, you know, support was a little bit OP in my opinion. But again, it wasn't anything drastic that'll change, you know, the tides of games. To be honest, speaking of which, environmental damage is crucial to, you know, competitive games. You know, you know, taking down a whole building where an enemy team is, you know, when you're trying to take over a headquarter point, you know, that it's just so refreshing when stuff like that happens, you know. And you know, you join a game when you're losing, but then you end up coming back, you know, and clutching the game win, you know. Like it's just it's stuff like that, you know. Shooting an RPG at a tank, you know, tank blowing up, flying over your head, you know, bullets flying, you know, buildings falling off. This is it's just peak cinema. I'm telling you, it's so good. It is so good. When everything works, this game is just 10 out of 10, man. It's the best Battlefield I've played since 3, in my opinion. Now, to the question that everyone's wondering, will this kill Call of Duty? No, it will not. However, this game will provide the kick in the ass that Call of Duty needs. That is 100%. This game is so good. I'm telling you, no one's gonna be playing Call of. And if you're still playing Call of Duty rather than this game, I mean, I don't know what you're doing. You're missing out because Battlefield 6 is gonna be that game to play when it releases later this year. Um, and we also can't forget. I mean, not only is this game coming out, but then we have a behemoth right around the corner with Grand Theft Auto 6. So I mean, it's not even just Battlefield that Call of Duty has to be concerned with. It's also Grand Theft Auto 6 because it's Grand Theft Auto 6. It really is that simple. So, you know, this game was definitely needed to have, you know, give Call of Duty that kick in the ass that it sorely needed. So, but yeah, those are my impressions and thoughts. Quick and simple to the point. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Give me your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. Let me know. Subscribe and follow me on the socials, YouTube, IG, TikTok, and you know what to do.